Welcome back to the community of the light. Chosen one, there is a prophetic reason God led you here today. This moment is not random, not chance, not coincidence. Heaven has been waiting for you to arrive right here, right now. So this word could be released into your spirit. And hear me clearly, this word is not light. It carries weight. It is a divine unveiling of who you are becoming. God is saying this is who you will soon become, and even you will not recognize yourself. The person you have seen in the mirror, the one weighed down by mistakes, doubts, fear, and scars. That is not the final version of you, the you that heaven sees, the one that has been refined through fire and marked through trials, is about to emerge. And when it does, not only will others be shocked, even you will marvel at what God has transformed you into. Think about Saul becoming Paul. Think about Moses, the stuttering fugitive who became the voice that commanded Pharaoh to let God's people go. Think about Joseph going from the pit to the palace. Think about Peter, the fisherman who once denied Christ 3 times, becoming the bold apostle who shook nations with a single sermon. Think about David, the overlooked shepherd boy who slayed giants and became a king after God's own heart. Transformation doesn't look logical. It doesn't look predictable. And that is exactly why this word is urgent. God is about to turn you into someone you can hardly recognize, because destiny doesn't stop for hesitation. Destiny doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It arrives when heaven declares the fullness of time. Before we go further, if your spirit bears witness to this truth, act on it now, like this message as your declaration. Subscribe so you never miss another word heaven sends to guide your steps. Drop your city and nation in the comments, so the remnant God is raising can stand together across every border and barrier. Let me paint this truth for you right now. You think you know yourself. You think you understand your limits, your abilities, your potential. You think the struggles you face define you, and that the world's perception of you is the full picture. But what you see is only a fraction. You are standing in front of a mirror that only reflects your current condition, not your completed calling. There are layers to you that haven't been revealed yet. There are gifts buried deep that pain has tried to cover. There are dimensions of your anointing that hardship attempted to suffocate. But pain is not your prophecy. Trauma is not your teacher. Heaven is still writing. And the Spirit of God is whispering, "No, child. What you see now is only the seed. What I have ordained is the harvest. Your current reality is not your final identity. Just like a caterpillar cannot imagine flying, many people cannot see the wings God is growing in you. The cocoon looks like confinement, but it is actually the chamber of metamorphosis. The soil you have been buried in wasn't your grave, it was your greenhouse. God didn't place you there to kill you, He placed you there to grow you. The silence, the pressure, the hiding, it was all part of your preparation. The delay you experienced wasn't denial, it was development. The rejection you felt wasn't abandonment, it was redirection. The closed doors you cried over weren't punishment, they were protection from paths that would have destroyed you. Think of a seed. If you place it in the soil, it looks dead, small, insignificant. But hidden inside that seed is a tree, fruit, shade for the weary, nourishment for the hungry, and a future forest. The seed cannot even imagine the heights it will reach. The seed doesn't know that children will one day climb its branches. The seed has no concept that birds will nest in its leaves or that travelers will rest under its shade. The same is true of you. God has placed spiritual DNA inside you that contains nations, assignments, miracles, testimonies, breakthroughs, and generations yet unborn. The seed does not look like the tree, but it carries the full potential of it. That is why God has been protecting your process even when it looked like delay or denial. The Bible confirms this in 1 John chapter 3 verse 2. Beloved, now we are children of God, and it has not yet been revealed what we shall be. But we know that when he is revealed, we shall be like him. This means the full picture of you has not yet been revealed. Heaven sees it, the angels marvel at it, the enemy fears it. But you haven't fully stepped into it yet. And when God finally reveals what he placed inside of you, even you will be astonished at what you have become. What is coming out of you will silence every voice that ever doubted you, including your own. If this is resonating with your spirit right now, I want you to leave a comment below. Just type out the word yes or I receive it, or even just drop a fire emoji. Let me know you are still with me. Because what I am about to share next is going to shift something in your atmosphere. Chosen one. Let me ask you, have you ever looked back at your past and thought, I cannot believe I survived that? That alone is evidence that God has been transforming you step by step. Survival was not random, it was strategic. The pain you endured was not wasted. The nights you cried yourself to sleep were not ignored. The moments you wanted to quit, but somehow kept going, those weren't accidents. Those were divine interventions. The breakdowns were the birthplace of breakthroughs. The wilderness was your training ground. The desert was your classroom, where God taught you to depend not on what you could see, but on what he promised. And if the old you could see the you that is emerging, even you would be in awe. God has been working behind the scenes, reshaping what once was broken into something unshakable, turning wounds into wisdom, scars into strength, tests into testimonies. But here is the deeper truth. The transformation ahead will be so radical that your reflection will shock you. The version of you that is coming is not a better copy of the old. It is a new creation. What used to break you will now build you. What once made you feel weak will now testify of God's strength. The fear that once paralyzed you will now serve as fuel. The insecurity that once kept you silent will now become the very reason you speak up for others who feel voiceless. The version of you that once begged for answers will soon become the voice that brings answers to others. The one who once searched desperately for hope will soon become a fountain of hope for the hopeless. You are walking into a version of yourself that was formed in fire and born in purpose. The one who used to cry themselves to sleep will soon laugh with joy unspeakable. The one who felt invisible, overlooked, forgotten in every room they entered, will soon stand before kings and not small men, as Proverbs 22:29 declares. The one who felt unworthy, unqualified, inadequate in every way, will soon walk clothed in divine confidence. The shame that once covered you like a heavy blanket will be replaced by glory. The silence that once surrounded you, that deafening quiet when you needed someone to speak up for you, will be shattered by prophetic declaration. God is not just changing your situation, he is changing your identity in the Spirit. Consider Joseph again. But let me take you deeper into his story. When his brothers threw him into the pit, they thought they were destroying him. They stripped him of his coat, the very symbol of his father's favor. They sold him into slavery for 20 pieces of silver, the price of a common slave. They dipped his coat in goat's blood and convinced their father that Joseph was dead. But years later, through false accusations, through prison, through being forgotten by those he helped, Through every trial that should have destroyed him, Joseph emerged. And when famine drove his brothers to Egypt, they stood before a ruler. They didn't even recognize Joseph, the very one they betrayed. He was no longer the boy they once mocked. He was the man carrying divine strategy for nations. He wore Pharaoh's ring. He commanded the resources of an empire. He held their very lives in his hands. But here is what is powerful. Joseph didn't recognize himself either. The pit didn't look like it was preparing him for the palace. The prison didn't feel like promotion. The years of waiting didn't seem like they were building anything. But God was orchestrating every detail. Every betrayal positioned him. Every false accusation prepared him. Every lonely night taught him. Every moment of being forgotten by man made him remember he was never forgotten by God. Chosen one, hear me. The same God who transformed Joseph from prisoner to prime minister is about to rewrite your story. And when he does, the you people once knew will vanish in the glory of who you have become. Now, let me take you deeper into this truth. This transformation is not a random accident. It is not God suddenly deciding to bless you. No, this is a pre-written destiny. Before your first breath, before your first mistake, before anyone saw potential in you, before your parents gave you a name, before the world had any opinion about you, God had already spoken over you. Your life is not a draft. It is not a work in progress that might not pan out. It is a scroll sealed in heaven. What you are walking into is not new to God. It is simply new to you. You are not becoming someone random. You are becoming someone remembered. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 declares, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Do you see it? God is not creating a new version of you out of thin air. He is simply unveiling the version of you He already ordained before you were even born. Your assignment has always existed. Your calling has always been alive in the mind of God. The gifts inside you were placed there before time began. The anointing you carry was sealed on you in eternity. Heaven didn't start believing in you when people did. Heaven believed when no one else saw anything worth believing in. This is why your trials couldn't kill you. This is why your enemies couldn't bury you. This is why life's storms couldn't drown you. This is why depression couldn't destroy you. This is why anxiety couldn't consume you. This is why betrayal couldn't break you, because heaven had already written your name in the book of destiny, and no power of darkness, no weapon formed against you, no curse spoken over you, no rejection you faced, can erase what God has ordained. You were not preserved by accident. You were not saved by luck. You were not protected by coincidence. You were preserved by prophecy. And what is being delayed is not denied. What feels...
Please like for Jesus, like for God, like for